First, we have Councilor Trudy Jones. She'll be followed by the COO of the city, Lawrence Rael, and then State Representative Melanie Stansbury. Councilor Jones, thank you so much.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'm going to take this off right now. Thank you all for being here. We're so very proud of this park, and we're proud of all of our parks in this city. It's amazing what we have been able to do in the last few years, or actually 10 or 12 years, to rehab and work on our parks so the people can enjoy them. And most especially, it's great to see a park like this. It's been here for over 30 years, and it's surrounded by homes with residents of all ages. This is what we want to see in this city of Albuquerque. We like this as opposed to a regional park where they have to get in their cars and go there and see it. So this is a daily use by these people. So I'll make it short and sweet since you have so many of us. We were able to gather quite a bit of money to do the final touches on this park. We've paid for design fees. We used almost $125,000 in council set aside. We've received about $335,000 in transportation set aside. The total construction value put in by the city of Albuquerque is right at $460,000 to upgrade and renovate this park. And we're very proud of it, and we hope that the people who use it will be as proud of it and enjoy it as much as we do. And I have to thank, of course, Representative Stansbury, who's going to come up and talk. She and Senator Payne were instrumental in making this happen. So thank you all. Thanks for being here, and thank you for enjoying the city parks. Thank you. And Mr. Rael.
Thank you, Councilor. And I gotta tell you, you've got an awesome view of the mountains from here. Look at that. That is so amazing. Look, I think it goes to show you that in city government, when you work with lots of folks, you can get some really cool things done. I'm just gonna first take the time to thank Councilor Jones. She can be somewhat modest, but she has been an ardent supporter of doing the renovations that are necessary for this park. So I just want to thank the councilor for her hard work and all our colleagues in the council, because obviously this is a project that requires the city council's approval. Representative Stansbury, also with her support from the legislature, was able to get some funding for this project. And so as the councilor said, this is a major renovation to this park. Some of the things that we're going to be doing here really are important as it relates to long-term sustainability for the community. We're going to replace a 41-year-old irrigation system that is really a major, if you will, water user for all of our parks, but in this particular one, a nice upgrade to that system will help us ensure that we're using our water as efficiently as possible, yet keeping the grass nice and green and the trees healthy, so that as the councilor says, so that the residents of this park can enjoy the park and for future generations, if you will. We're also going to add a walking path, if you will, around the park so that folks can go out and do some daily exercise, improve the tennis courts and the basketball courts as well. So really it's a nice way to refurbish something that we've invested a lot of money in throughout the years, and making sure that it lasts well into the future, and that it can be used by the community obviously for their recreation use, etc. Let me just add this last piece. The staff at the Parks and Recreation Department, led by our director, Dave Simon, and their staff, we're constantly doing this all over the city, looking at all our parks and looking how we can make them better, how we can use the space that we have to ensure that our community has a good experience, but also ensuring that we're fixing the irrigation systems and the infrastructure, because we know that at the end of the day is really what's going to be a worthwhile investment. And I always tell people it's easy to see facilities when you're building them up. No one ever gives you credit for putting new pipes in the ground, because no one sees them except we have to deal with them when when we find a leak, etc. And so a lot of the money that's going in the ground here is going to be really a really good expenditure for the city and for the residents. And so I want to thank all the neighborhood folks that are here today for coming out, and all the folks that were part of the support group that helped us make this a reality. And again, our legislator and our councilor and others, and our staff at Parks and Rec for doing a great job. So we look forward to making this a really good jewel for this part of the city. So thank you very much on behalf of the mayor and the entire administration. Representative?
Thank you, Mr. Rael. Good morning. I'm Melanie Stansbury. I'm the State House Representative for House District 28, and you're right in the heart of our district. And I really want to thank all of the people who made this possible today, including Director Simon, Trudy Jones, who's been really fighting for infrastructure investments in our community for many years, and many of the improvements that we see around our city and around our community, to the city, to the mayor, to Senator Payne, and of course our legislature who supports these investments in all of our communities. I love this park. This is actually one of my favorite community parks. I live right up at the end of the road here in Candelaria. And what I love about this park is it's one of our hidden gems here in the Northeast Heights. And I think right now, more than ever, it's critical that we invest in our public parks and our public spaces as people are coming out in droves to enjoy our public spaces and environment. So I really am so grateful for everyone who's made this happen. And I look forward to seeing the amazing facelift that we have to this beautiful park. And as I was telling everyone before we got started, I personally come and play basketball at this park, and I can't wait to see how it gets transformed over the next several months. So thank you, everyone, and thank you all for coming out today. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Representative Stansbury and Councilor Jones, and our COO, Lawrence Rael, who has helped to build and maintain countless parks around the city in his career in public service. You know, I think a place like Lynnewood Park, it demonstrates and proves that great park systems are not optional if you want to be a great city. They're mandatory. All great cities have great parks and open space systems. And Albuquerque has one of the best. So currently, almost 87% of Burqueños live within a 10-minute walk or half mile of a city park, open space, or trail. So we have outstanding park access in our community, but under Mayor Keller's leadership, we're committed to making the park system even better and finding innovative ways to make our parks and open space more accessible to every resident of the city, as well as make them more valuable from a recreation and mental health standpoint. That's why our team's been so hard at work with our partners who help us design and build park projects to make these improvements at city parks all across Albuquerque. In that vein, I'd like to just recognize and thank the lead landscape architect on this project, Lori Farrower. She's over there in a mask. And also our Deputy Director, David Flores, for the work that's gone in here. The design has been led also by Greg Miller and his staff of MWRM Architects, and this project will be constructed by our partners at Lee Landscapes. In addition to all the improvements and renovations that Councilor Jones and COO Rael mentioned, we're also going to be adding in 33 more trees to this park, which will take us 33 more steps toward our mayor's goal of 100,000 new trees planted in our city. So we'll commence the groundbreaking today. The project will take place over the fall and early part of the winter, and I'm sure by the time the daffodils are coming up in this beautiful neighborhood, we'll be back here enjoying Lynnewood Park. So thanks again to all the great supporters of this project and to our partners, and we look forward to taking this great jewel of a park and making it shine even brighter. Now let's get this project started.
All right, so Lawrence, you're going to be the one else to do the countdown. We'll do this countdown, okay? 3, 2, 1, jump. All right. And another one. Let's do another one more time. All right. 3, 2, one, go.
All right.
Nice.